LJN had some of the worst games for the good old Nintendo Entertainment System. But how did they do with another medium? I am the Game Collector and this is Second Opinion Games, and today I look at the top 10 toys made by LJN.
Second Opinion Games.
Before we start this list, how about an honorable mention, like the good old Michael Jackson doll or Boy George doll? These things are just plain creepy. Yeah, oh man, who would have played with these? And would you want to encourage your kid to play with either one of these people today? Well, probably not. That's why they didn't make the list here at all, even though it's something that people would probably collect just for the absolute creepo factor. Well, you know what? This is just too weird for me. And number 10 is the Brook Shields doll. That's right, Barbie, we're coming for you and we're gonna take you down with the superstar Brook Shields, a girl that got her start in the movies by playing a 12-year-old prostitute. Again, LJN, your morals are just crazy here. You could even dress her up like a cheerleader. There were plenty of different designer packs. Of course, some of them definitely had leg warmers in there. Overall, the build quality here is quite good, and the resemblance to Brook Shields is, well, it's enough that you could say that it's not a Barbie, and that's about all I can say about that. Yeah, Brook Shields, you can finally play with her in your own home, and this is just wrong. At number 9, I could say I really love Transformers, and my favorite ones were the Combiners, especially the Constructicons, where you could turn just a couple of different construction vehicles into the massive character Devastator. Now that really got me thinking that LJN definitely didn't have Transformers, but what they did have was Voltron. These are a couple of different lion figures that you could then use as combiners to make the all-powerful Voltron, and then put him up against Devastator in a massive fight. Overall, this was definitely a cool toy back in the day based on the hit cartoon, and was definitely a lot of fun, especially when you just combine them all together and make them fight your best Transformers. Usually Voltron would lose though, because after all, he's not as cool as Transformers themselves. At number 8, we have Indiana Jones and the Temple of Doom. That's right, a nice Indiana Jones action figure where you could play with a white guy with a whip. What's not to love about that? Also, you could play as some type of satanic cult leader that rips the heart out of people and enslaves children. Tell me, kids, who doesn't want to play with this awesome toy? However, they were planning on having a short round character and a Willy character that was Steven Spielberg's real life wife. However, these two characters were completely canceled. Oh my god, if we only could have had that Willy, then I could have been playing with my Willy all day back in the 80s. That would have been kind of cool, right? At number 7, we have the Photon Warriors. Do you know what was really cool in the 80s? Laser tag. So if you could somehow combine laser tag with an action figure, then you have yourself the Photon Warriors. Basically, they were just these guys with guns, and if you hit a little button on their back, well then their chests would light up, making it so like you're playing laser tag, but in a really dumb way. Overall, this one was just cool with how inventive they actually got here. I can't believe this even made it to production with such a stupidly awesome idea, and that's why it's definitely deserving as a spot on this list. Number 6, Gremlins. That's right, this hit movie where Phoebe Cates describes in detail how she found her dad dead on Christmas morning. Heck, they even killed a old grandmother with her own chair that helps her up the stairs. This movie was so bad in the best possible way that the ratings board commission for the movies actually had to create something in between rated PG and rated R to warn kids not to watch this type of thing. And what did they do? They made hit toys out of this movie. Whether it's the awesome Gizmo dolls or the Gremlins, any way you look at it, kids should have never watched this movie. So why did they think that the parents should be buying dolls for their children based on it? Oh my god, LJN.
Love made baby soft with the innocent scent of a cuddly, clean baby that grew up very sexy in foaming bath, body lotion, body powder, and body mist. So innocent it may well be the sexiest fragrance around. Love's baby soft because innocence is sexier than you think. For your baby at Christmas.
On the number 5 slot, what was the best thing to watch on TV in the 80s? If you said Magnum Pi with Tom Selleck with his perfect, awesome mustache, well then you were entirely correct, my friends. And of course, LJN had to capitalize on this by bringing us... by bringing us our own Magnum Pi action figures. That's right, you can now hold Tom Selleck's awesome mustache face in the palm of your hands. Oh, this is just one of the best things ever made, and my God, how come more people don't love this? I personally do. This is just the best. You know what else was awesome? He-Man. He-Man was great. So taking the number 4 slot, we have He-Man. No. We have Cats. No. How about put them both together and we have Thundercats. Oh, that's right, the Thundercats. This was almost as good as He-Man, but with cats and Lino and some type of panther guy and this really awesome hot female cat woman chick. That's pretty cool. And the Thundercats were, almost as good as He-Man, right? That's gotta make them pretty awesome. Yeah, it ran for quite a few seasons on the cartoons, so they definitely had a hit on their hands with this one. At number 3, we had the WWF Superstar Wrestlers. These were mildly flexible, hard rubbery versions of our favorite wrestlers. There are few things more manly than a couple of guys getting all greased up and rolling around in their underwear in front of a massive crowd of people. And of course, kids know that better than anyone. I personally love the Iron Sheik doll. He was making this muscle and I could kind of hold him to throw people in different ways. There's also a Sergeant Slaughter doll that was pretty fun, and Hulk Hogan was one that everyone had to have. Sadly, the paint rubbed off on these really quick, so if you could find one in near mint condition, definitely pick it up. And I gotta say, they're still kind of cool to look at even to this day. Number 2, okay, LJN fans, how about you give your kids a violent pedophile to play with in doll form? No, I'm not talking about that Michael Jackson doll from earlier. It's Freddy Krueger from Nightmare on Elm Street. These were definitely rated R movies, and the fact that Freddy is just plain awful. His background with kids is not the best. When he's not diddling them, well, he is definitely slaughtering and killing these poor high school students. Why not go after the parents that actually did it to you, you total creepazoid? Are you gonna give this doll to your kid to go to sleep with at night? God, I hope not. Any parent that got this doll for their kids back in the 80s should definitely be on some type of watch list if they aren't already. Oh my God, this could just not get any worse. LJN, you guys are just wrong on so many levels. How could you possibly outdo yourself any worse than this? Number 1, Endertech. Oh my God, yep, we're going there. This was just the worst. So Endertech was a squirt gun lineup that was based off of completely realistic toy guns. People actually used these to rob banks when they couldn't get their hands on a real gun. Little kids would play with photorealistic toy guns out in the streets and then get mowed down by cops because these things looked freaking real. Oh my God, this was so bad that now guns have to look like stupid orange Nerf guns because photorealistic guns and children running around in parks just aren't something that should happen and should have never happened back in the day, or ever for that matter. LJN, you actually got kids murdered with these toys. Oh, that is why it is just my favorite toy to play with from LJN of all times. These things are just bad. And you know what? that's just my opinion. So, thanks for watching.
What makes a dog and a frog on a log in a bar? Fun to eat alphabets. What makes a duck in a truck that's stuck? Fun to eat alphabets. A complete breakfast with alphabets is nutritious. Every little letter is A, B, C, D, A, B, C, delicious. What makes a box full of rocks and a fox with socks on his furry feet? Fun to eat alphabets. Alphabet cereal, alphabets.
So hopefully you guys enjoyed this list. I had a great time making. I did it all on just one take here. So, my God, I probably could have done a better job. But these toys, some of them are just freaking crazy. And I want to know what video game company also made toys so I can make another list. Well, hopefully not like this one, because this just got way too out of control. So please leave me a comment in the comment box down below of your favorite LJN toy. And until later, I will see you again, guys.